Hi, I'm Tom from Nightingale Games, and this is the unboxing for War Room, the Larry Harris game. It's June 19th, 2019, and let's get right into it. This is my third attempt. I cut off my head in one video, and the video cut off after 3.5 minutes for the first one, so this isn't a true unboxing, but let's start. This is also a shout out to Young Grasshopper, who helped us early on promoting the game. He's up in Toronto. This is one of his con t-shirts. Thank you. So this is the jumbo pack box. We're going to do a video for each product separately. I'm going to start with the core. So this is the jumbo box. This is the SE box. Obviously I took them out, otherwise it's really heavy. And this is the core box. These are double boxed because GPI learned from Kingdom Death that things get damaged in shipping. So there'll be 2 cardboard boxes, as you can see. And then there'll be styrofoam inserts on the edges. And it will be shrink wrapped. So here's the second box. Alright, so let's get to the core game. Here it is. It's really heavy, but the SE is even heavier. It's probably 17 pounds or something. I'll send the exact weight. And the SE is like 20 pounds when in another video. So here we go, War Room. This is a 2-foot ruler, so the box is almost 30 inches long and about 5 3/4 inches high, and I think 14 inches long, maybe 12. Here we go. And here's some, brought these out for scale reference. Pandemic Legacy, which is one of the top games on Board Game Geek, and for those who have a different taste, Space Hulk. So you can get a sense of scale. I also have the 3D Max scale reference teapot. There you go. Alright, so this isn't exactly how it's packed, as I've already done a video, but let's go ahead and start. These are the 2 reference mats. On one of them is the phase summary, and on the other is the combat summary. And on the back of both is a game board reference map, so each side can go off in a corner and discuss plans with their allies secretly, out of hearing of spies. Those are stiff board. Here's the 32-page rule book. It's got an introduction, the game components, how to set up, introduction to some of the features of the map, and then it goes through each phase by page. Phase 1, Phase 2, some examples of movement. It goes into the combat and through all the phases of the game, and then the back of the book are some more details on the neutrals and the scenarios. There's 4 different scenarios for War Room. So you can see there's a European scenario, Pacific scenario, and a 2-player Eastern Front scenario. And then there's some optional rules, an index, or it's almost a table of contents really, and then some designer notes. And on the back is the session log. So that's 32 pages. We've got the card holders. There's one for each of the 7 nations. You fold up the sides and slip the cards into these 16 slots. They go like this, and so they're perforated so you can fold them out. and these little edges are so the cards don't slip out either side. They should hold sleeved cards as well. So I'll set these down. They're black on the back. And the 3 Axis nations, Japan, Italy, and Germany. And then there's 4 blank black ones for nations that are likely to need more, such as Japan. You could also put the neutrals cards in there as well. These are the cards that fit into the slots. These will be shrink wrapped like a brick, but I already opened them. And so, like I said, they just slip into these slots like this. And you fold up the edges so they don't tip out. These are Euro mini size cards. This British card would start under the British Empire. So there's 131 of these, including the neutral territories. And then there's the supply boxes for all the plastic units. There's 500 molded plastic units. So these are the air, and we'll get a closer look at these later. There's about 80 fighters and 35 bombers, I think. I'll move this teapot over here. And there's compartments for each of them. These are the naval units. Battleships, carriers, cruisers, and submarines. These are hex-shaped, oblong hex. And then we have the land units. There's some armor and artillery. There's about 80 artillery and 60 armor. And then 150 infantry units. And these are interlocking pieces which form stacks of up to 8 units in a stack, and then you put a command token on top. And they have a black silhouette of the icon on the front. Then we've got the 7 storage boxes for each nation, and we'll peek inside once I take them all out. They have artwork on the front, and on the back is a reference for the command tokens. So you can keep track if you're misplaced one. And let's put these out here. And I'll show you the inside of one of them. These are slip cases. So they come out like this. And inside is a resource tracker pegboard. And I've already put some of the pieces in here to show you how it works. Each nation will get these little pegs to insert into the pegboard to keep track of the 3 different resources, oil, iron, and OSRs. And you'll keep those pegs in one of these compartments along with the territory cards of your nation and the 3 different command types and the national flag tokens. And that's handy storage for each nation as they start the game. And that fits right in there, like that. The pegboards are black on the reverse side. And then there's the OMP chart booklets. There's also, again, one for each nation. They have a cover so that you can keep your orders secret. On the left side, you write your orders for movement, and then on the right side are where you write your orders for new units that you're building. There's a reference on the inside front cover, and these are gummed and just tear right off. They're double-sided. So there's one for each nation of those. Put these out. And there would be more to reorder on our website. The rule book is also available. There's a link on the news page for the latest version of the rule book if you want to download that. So it'll also be available on Board Game Geek, and we are translating into German, French, and we've also started Spanish and perhaps Danish even. So these are the command tokens. These will be bagged by color rather than all in one bag, but we have the air units, the land units, and the naval units are commands. These are all commands, not units. And these slip on top of the unit stacks. And there's about 172 of these. And then we've got the common storage box, which is black, has the logo on the front, has 6 compartments inside. And in here, there's 30 hotspots. This is where you show where battles need to be resolved. On the back is an embattled marker. These are wooden and chunky. We've got the stars, which are really useful for the Pacific scenario, where you need to indicate a capital flag, such as Hawaii. That's different from the standard capital. We've got the bag of pegs. Each nation will get a set of 4, a red, yellow, and blue, and a white one if you go beyond the threshold of the board. And then there are the jumbo flag counters, which you'll apply a label to that has the flag of each nation. There's round ones for turn order and square ones for the stress. As you move up this homeland track, you'll incur more and more stress, which drives the end of the game. These white ones, you get 15 white ones, which are included in the set of 500. These are multipliers. If on very rare occasion you run out of these pieces, these can serve as 3 times multipliers or whatever you choose. Then you'll get a set of 10 dice, 10 dodecahedron dice with little nicks in them for colorblind people. And this is used to resolve combat. And there's a set of 10 of those. So this common storage box is also for storing other punchboard pieces. These are thick, chunky punchboard pieces. These are medals with civilian goods on the back, which are used on the morale board. You have stress in different denominations. There's a 3 and a 1. Then we have the landing tags, which are blue on one side and red on the other side. And the industry tokens with bombs on the reverse side. Those are hex shaped. And so these are thick, chunky punch boards, and you won't need to punch them out. They'll come pre-punched. And you'll be putting those in the different compartments here in the common storage box. These are the national tokens used to identify which territories you control, and you'll put them into each respective storage box here. Here are the 11 by 17 battle boards. You get 2 of them in case you want to run simultaneous battles in large games. On one side is the land battles, and on the other side are sea battles. And like I said, there's 2 of them. They're stiff, so you can pick up the board and carry it. Then there's, in between those, should be sandwiched the labels for the commands. You have naval, air, and land commands, and also the flags for the jumbo flag tokens. You'll have to apply these yourself, but at least it'll be your fault if they're stuck on wrong. And then we have the morale board. It's 2-sided. On one side, there's different thresholds for the global and European scenario, or rather Eastern Front scenario. Then on the back, we have the Europe and Pacific scenario thresholds. And this is where units lost in battle pile up here and give you added stress, which pushes you up the homeland status track. And then finally, we have the game board itself, which is 42 inches in diameter. This is the homeland status track I was talking to with the turn order and then the stress penalties along here. This goes near the center of the board, and it has little nubs so the pieces don't slide around. And then these game board pieces fit around it. So I'll have another video where it's set up and you can see everything as it's put together. So these are the two smaller pieces, and these will be wrapped in a foam this way and then have pads on either side so these corners don't get dinged. So there we go. The 5 game board pieces go like that, and the inside of the box is black instead of standard cardboard. Now I'm going to come around the front and show you some of the pieces close up. Whisk this away, and we've got here some of the national flags up top here, and then we have a carrier fighter token, red and blue, and the bombers, the fighters, subs, cruisers, carriers, battleships, it's upside down, and then the 3 land units. And these stack like that, and you can pick them up so they don't rattle around. And then we have the stress tokens, 1 and 3. They're double-sided. Civilian goods on the back of the medal. You can see how chunky they are. Then there's a die, the multiplier pieces, jumbo tokens, the same mold as the other bits, the nice chunky hotspot tokens, the landing tags, and the bomb industry tokens. So this is a lot of stuff, over 1,000 components. It's taken a long time to develop this game, but it's finally here. We'll do a jumbo expansion video right after this one in the playlist. Thanks for watching.